Skate is uh well, it's back. Hey everyone, it's Teddy, your friendly neighborhood gaming bear himself. And today, I thought I'd make a quick little video on the new Skate while I toil in the undermines of the Imperium making my first proper game review. It's taken a lot longer than anticipated, so I figured a quick video would be nice to post in the meantime. Now, Skate is a franchise that is embedded in my mind amongst the many other games that to me always found a way to be fun no matter when I played them, no matter how I played them. Playing the story, goofing around, trying to get better and doing cooler things, watching your skill grow just by having fun and playing the game. Skate was among those titles. With all three entries sitting happily in my heart with a permanent ranking of great fun games. Hell, I even booted up Skate 3 a couple months ago in anticipation of the new game coming out. With this newest entry into the franchise arriving free to play, early access, I was excited because, well, Skate was finally back. I won't lie. With the sudden revival of the Tony Hawk franchise and the other attempts at skateboarding games that I've seen floating around the summer sales, Skate was grinding circles around in my head, and deep down I was begging for a return because Skate had something special that the other games didn't. Similarly to the Tony Hawk games, they stood out with how they controlled, how they felt, how they played, and hell, how they even sounded. And now, Skate is here. The newest entry that's been so heavily teased for the past few years, and it's finally arrived. But, full honesty, I've been playing on and off for a few days now, and overall, Skate is really frustrating to try and love. I've got like a love-hate relationship with it right now. And much like its title, it's short, boring, and simple as all hell, despite trying to be something new and fresh. Now, I'm not trying to make some hour-long video, so let's cut to the chase. First off, I'm not here to simply hate on the game. There's stuff in this game that I do like in this new entry, and I see the potential in what's been presented so far. Secondly, these are my opinions. If you like the game, if you're satisfied with what's been presented at this time, good for you. Keep on doing what you're doing, have fun, play all you want. But I'm not. I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied. For starters, everybody's been harping on it, so I'm going to get my opinion on it out of the way now. The art style choice for this game it's okay. I don't think it's so bad that it makes the game look like vomit, as some people would like you to believe, but it's nothing special. You'd think with this style they would have done something unique to the characters to identify themselves amongst the other games at present with similar art schemes, but it's kind of bland, and it's way too clean. Most of the characters I've seen all look ridiculously similar and plain, and it doesn't help that EA went and absolutely butchered the customization and clothing systems in this iteration of Skate. First off, the character creator itself has a pitiful amount of hairstyles and body sculpting options. And side note, any game without a mohawk as a hair option in this day and age is just whack. You start with almost nothing in terms of clothing or board options, and let's talk about how you would even start to get any new clothing or board customization in this game. EA and the Skate team decided in all their wisdom to not only put the game out in early access, but to drop a fucking microtransaction-filled shithole in place of a clothing shop. And no, I really don't give a flying fuck if it's free to play or if it's early access. This is the goddamn sequel to the Skate franchise, folks, where all the other entries had simple-ass in-game clothing shops with in-game money that you earned by doing the skating. The fucking namesake of the game. If you all really wanted to monetize all of the drip in this game, you should have just gone with character skins or full outfits. Shit that, isn't available with in-game currency. The kind of shit people don't mind paying for. Not, this current system where you could pay $3 for a fucking t-shirt with a logo on it. And by the way, you didn't have to fucking gotcha system your clothes, Skate, but you decided to fucking do it anyway. Just because the game's early access, just because the game's free to play, doesn't mean you have to do this shit. Who decided this was a good idea? Random sets of items in these boxes. And these boxes not only have clothing, but they have things like board customization, stickers, and fucking props. Yeah, all the random shit you can spawn into the game, all the stuff that you can skate on, rails, the chairs and couches and dumpsters, all that crap. Yeah, those props. Like, seriously? You guys couldn't be fucked to separate any of this. You seriously couldn't do the bare minimum of separating the boxes to only be clothing, only be board swag, or only the stupid fucking props or stickers? Nah, G, we gotta put all that shit together, son. We gotta force people to roll the same box 3 to 6 different times if they want to get a single pair of goddamn pants. Where the fuck's all the clothes? Where is it? And don't try to tell me, early access, you can't put all the clothes. It's fucking clothes, bro. It's Skate. Like, are you really telling me they didn't have any fucking time to put the goddamn clothes in the game? Like, where the fuck is it? Where the hell do you all genuinely think you're taking this? Are you guys just gonna add box after box after box of random ass items amongst all of the only fucking clothing in the game to further pad out this already limiting fucking experience? Also, and you know what? I don't care how mean this is. Fuck you guys, all right? The only clothing bundles in the game that require you to pay real hard-earned money for them. And to top it off, if you want to buy one, you gotta get the fucking $25 pack for the premium currency. Oh, why? Whoa, why? What? That sounds outrageous. Well, let me tell you why. Because fuck you. The clothing bundles cost 1,600 San Van bucks, and that's not including the Grim Reaper bundle, which is around $2,750 or some shit. But buying the smaller packs to try and just get, one of the bundles that you would want, it won't work out for you. You wanna know why? Because buying the smaller bundles is only gonna end up giving you about $1,550 San Van bucks. Oh, wait a minute. But the bundles are 1,600. You're 50 San Van bucks short. Well, you either better pay another $5, spend a total of $20 plus tax, mind you, for something that in their minds is worth about $16 despite the fact, or you could forgo that headache and just give EA $25 instead. Because then at least you'd have enough to buy another clothing bundle, right? Well, guess what? You're wrong. You'd go from $2,800, which the $25 bundle gives you, down to $1,200, which isn't enough to buy any other bundles. And you could instead spend the rest of that on several randomly chosen daily and weekly FOMO items that circulate in the shop. No, we didn't think about adding a regular clothing shop. We didn't think that was smart, because you can just have loot boxes for the rest of your life, or you can pay real money for your stupid avatar, you punk dumbass gamer. What, did you want to just play a game you missed and loved? Eat shit and pay for the further development of your nostalgic siphon, nerd. The current character roster of the skaters that talk to you in this new AI robot guide in the game, like, they're not bad, but they're not great. They're meh. The skaters are plain, and the only thing that sets them apart from your skaters are the fact that they're drawn, and they actually have, detail and a little bit of aesthetic to them. But they're not very unique aside from their appearances and the fact that they're different people. There's no real personalities or quirks that make them special, or anything that would make you want to hear them often. And speaking of not wanting to hear something often, this robot, this guide, oh my god, does it suck ass. And I'm sorry, but I fucking hate it, man. V, she never shuts the fuck up. She always says the most obvious plain Jane shit and truly offers nothing aside from what I like to call obvious narration, where someone describes shit you already know, see, and understand for the sake of saying it. And by the way, please, EA, if you're gonna fix any of these fucking bugs, fix the goddamn bug that occurs when you skip the stupid ass little camera pans for your challenges. The ones that don't even show the entire line half the time. Because I can't stand listening to this little robot tell me in 10 different ways that the best way to handle this spot is to hit your lines hard. But I also can't stand being stuck in an endless loading screen that says waiting for players when I skip the fucking thing when I'm playing the challenge by my fucking self. Solo. What's the point of it queuing up solo if you can still get glitched into, waiting for other players? Like, are you shitting me? If you want my advice, shut the goddamn robot voice off in your settings. Because after your 5th reset on your first or second fucking line, you're going to start getting a little perturbed every time that robot's like, back to the start. Oh, all right, quick reset. Let's go. Okay, back to the beginning. Oh, good. I can't. Let's move on. The music in the game, at present, it leaves a lot to be desired. I want to preface this by saying I got no ill will or feelings that towards any of these musical artists that are chosen or involved with the game, but EA, what the fuck is this music player and track list situation? First off, there's no actual track list. Everything's separated into playlists, and secondly, some of these playlists have the songs on there multiple times. Like they cross over different playlists. Like, what the fuck's the point of separating these lists? And third, could you have picked a more obscure track set? Of all the tracks in the game so far, I know and like about 4 of them. And one of those 4 was a new song I hadn't heard before until I booted the game up. Nothing else. And all of the music that's been released and popularized for the past 10 fucking years, and you guys can't even get current artists or tracks that a majority of players would know? Think about the other games, dude. Think about the soundtracks they had. I know music taste is subjective, but if I can make a serious example, of all the Denzel Curry songs out there, you picked Hit the Floor. Of all the Joey Valence and Bray tracks that these guys have been pumping out for the past few years, and you only managed to snag 1? Come the fuck on, bros. You want my advice? Mute the music in the game and listen to your own shit. CDs, digital streaming, hell, even the goddamn radio would be more interesting, even with all the ads. And then there's this in-game mechanic where you can find music tracks out in the city and quote-unquote claim them. But it seems like it's just another complicated-ass way to pick a song to play, considering that all the tracks I've found so far are all already available in the current music set. It feels pointless as fuck. Now, aside from that colossal-ass style headache, let's talk about gameplay. Because that's what's important, right? Not the shady-ass business practices or clear lack of fucking awareness to the current state of gaming financially. Well, I can at the very least say this game still has a decent ass control scheme. It still feels good hitting kick flips and laser flips or getting a gnarly ass grind during a line, but the physics engine leaves a lot to be desired. And now I know some of you guys would come out and say, like, Teddy, the other skate games had kind of buggy physics engines and stuff. Yeah, no shit. A lot of games back then did. We're in now, bro. Like, some of this shit should have been ironed out at this point, you know? Like, open up. Please start thinking bigger. I don't know if it's the fault of it being always online or if it's simply the pains of it being a brand new game, right? I'm gonna try to give it the benefit of the doubt, but good lord, man, this is probably the most inconsistent skate game I've ever played. Especially the moment you introduce verticality and ramps into the equation. Street skating was fine, but ramps and jumping? Random slowdowns, clipping onto random ledges and objects, getting stuck jumping between or through objects or over them constantly. And good lord, does this game get stiff at times when you try to jump into a second grind or out of it. Mind you, I've gone in and adjusted all of my settings in the game to feel as best as it can to me, and I highly recommend everyone playing do the exact same. Go into your settings, go to the gameplay and the assist tab, and look through everything and adjust it and make sure you get it to feel right, because trust me, it literally changes how this game feels. And it's still baffling to me just how often I could have finished a challenge attempt, but I didn't. Just because of some random ass fucking bullshit clipping me, throwing me around, or something bringing my skater to a near instant stop, thus ruining all the momentum in the line and typically forcing me to restart because it would fucking stop my momentum right before I needed to jump over something. Also, small note, this new bailing system, the way that you bail out and you fucking jump and shit, and you like, you know, like the old games with the Hollow Meat, and you would bail off the board and fly around and shit. Yeah, this new one kind of sucks ass. I'm gonna be real. Mainly it's highlighted by this stupid ass move that they keep putting into some of these challenges where you have to spread eagle into caveman, that like they make you do for some of these big ass fucking acid drops or whatever the fuck. It's inconsistent as shit. Sometimes I feel like I'm flipping a coin every single time I do it as to whether or not I'm actually going to get to call the goddamn board back to get the move, to potentially get the move off, or if I'm going to be slamming into the pavement for the next 2 minutes until the game just decides to let me attempt the fucking trick again. Also, who messed with the point system? You know, I'm doing some of these challenges, and how in the fucking hell am I actively losing or gaining points when I do the exact same shit during a line? You know? Not in the sense like, oh, I'm doing kick. No. I mean, if I'm sitting there going, ooh, I want to do a laser flip into a variable, into a fucking kick flip, or if I want to just kick flip into a fucking grind and then do some other shit into a manual or whatever, and I set it up and I'm like, I want to do it this way. How is it that I'm actively losing or gaining points when I'm doing the same shit? How in the hell can doing a line with less tricks and spins result in a higher score than a line with more tricks and spins involved? I don't know how, but you guys managed to fuck it up the way that the scoring system works. Great job, guys. Fucking amazing. Beautiful. Also, how'd you guys fuck up grind transitions? How is it that I can go from a grind on a rail, drop to a lower rail into another grind, and it just destroys the sequence? Nope, doesn't count. Sorry. Nah, it doesn't. Shut the man. Fuck you guys. Like, I cannot tell you how many challenges that I got stuck on because of the tricks that you all want me to do. At UEA, you know, the trick list you guys set up on some of these fucking lines, you know, the tricks you want me to do on some of these whack ass lines don't give me nearly enough points unless I pull them off in some of the stupidest ways I've ever done in my entire history of playing skateboarding games. Take this one, for example, right? It's the worst fucking line challenge in the first area. I have never been able to do this line challenge clean because my points always fucking reset, or I earn like 5 to 10 points less than what I need, or sometimes 100. But every single time I do some bullshit that barely even looks like I did a trick and more like I slipped off a ledge, it completes. It's fucking asinine. But don't worry though, because when you're free roaming and the score doesn't matter at all, it works like a dream. You'll be hitting 4 times multipliers on accident out there. Now, when this game actually works, when the physics works with you, and you're not getting caught on every tiny ass ledge known to man, and you're actually able to skate in the fucking skating game, man, it's like I'm back on the 360. Doing sick ass lines and pulling off rad tricks against the skater brands and my friends all over again. Even though the skater brands are practically non-existent in this game, and most of my friends got bored as fuck waiting in the queue times, or bored after realizing there's nothing to do but these basic ass challenges every day. But I digress. That addicting frustration is still present in this game. But I'll say that it's less of like a 50-50 split of good to bad frustration, and more like a 30-70 split of good to bad. But I'll admit, it's not like it stops me from losing my mind once I manage to hit a trick or a line that I'm attempting.
Oh, God. Can you just not? Is there like a certain point where you just...
No, I've made harder fucking drops than this.
Maybe there's an update.
See? It's possible! It's fucking possible! Don't look me in the eye and tell me I can't do it, or that my tail system is fucked, because I know I can! Look! Do you see? It's possible! Don't let me do it! Yes! Yes! Let's fucking go!
So, I definitely feel that spirit, The energy is there, and it's waiting to be unleashed to its fullest potential. But I definitely think that the team behind this game needs to put fire to ass and get fucking moving, brother. This city is huge, and that's awesome, but there is fuck all to do in this city. These challenges that you have us doing in order to level up our rep in these areas, in order to unlock the ability to get clothes, like, they should just be replayable challenges. Why do I have to sit here and wait a whole ass 24 hours just to get more shit to do, despite the fact that this shit that I'm getting to do is the exact same goddamn challenges that I did the day before at the exact same spots, with maybe minor changes like score value or maybe an extra trick requirement? Well, because you'd beat all the content in like a week and you'd have nothing to do, dumbass. Also, it feels like a third of these lines are actually fun to skate, and the rest of these are simply thrown in there because you gotta earn points somehow, and they gotta use up all these city markers. Also, seriously? Level locked fast travel points? If I skate my ass there, just let me activate the fucking fast travel point, bro. Ultimately, while I think Skate is fun at its core, this newest entry truly does feel like early access. And I know, the fucking, no shit, early access game, of course feels like early access. Nah, if you understand what I'm talking about, you understand what the fuck I mean. This game, like, it's the kind of early access that doesn't deserve to have a goddamn working microtransaction filled store day one. And it is definitely not the kind of early access a company as big as EA should ever be comfortable putting out. While some early access games feel really humble when they're essentially asking their players to fund the rest of the game, Skate feels like an ex who begs for money on social media because receiving money to keep me afloat is my love language. I'm not spending a fucking dime on this game, and I personally don't think you should either, unless they genuinely start making some decent and big fucking changes to this game, and they prove and start acting like they genuinely care about the fans of the franchise and the skate culture that they are so gleefully gentrifying in this fucking attempt at a sequel. Anywho, I know I was a little upset, I know I was a little grouchy, and I apologize, but the yap is pretty much over. I'm Teddy, your grumpy little neighborhood gaming bear himself, signing off. I'll see you guys next time.